Hello everyone, today we'll be doing another retake given that I'm planning to get rid of this clock very soon, and I thought that it would be nice to show it to you guys one last time before its departure, and it deserves a better video than the original, I guess, so yeah. Well, I bet most of you even forgot that this clock existed, since you definitely haven't seen it in a while. Those of you who are new to my channel might not even know about it, and it's for a good reason. This is one of the clocks that I bought in the early days of collecting. I got it in late 2020, and I kinda regret buying it, since it caused me quite a lot of problems and it never really worked properly. And that's the main reason for which I had it off the wall most of the time. And I didn't really know how to fix clocks at that time, so I couldn't do much about it. Anyways, more of that later. What you're looking at now is a 1974 Hermle cast iron wall clock, which runs for 8 days on a full winding. Those are the weights. They are 1.5 kilograms each. And that's the pendulum swinging. This clock has a semi-dead beat escapement, which I forgot to show in the recordings of the movement. And also, it has plastic motion works. It wouldn't be a 1970s Hermle if it didn't have plastic motion works. That was it going in warning. Design-wise, it's a pretty attractive clock. I don't know, I quite like the way it looks. The cast iron front makes it quite heavy though. And it has started rusting in some of the places, for example here. And also most noticeably on the chapter ring. I'm not sure if this was a design choice or if it actually started rusting, but it's been like this ever since I got it, so I assume it was stored in poor conditions prior to arriving to me. That's the Hermle logo, which I had to remake. You can see that I remade the H and the L using a marker, because before that it just said Hermle. The clock strikes on the hour and on the half hour on a bell, which is located behind the dial. Might be able to see it in there. And it's quite loud. And that was it striking. And speaking of the striking, one of the major problems that this clock had was the fact that sometimes it would just skip the half hour. Like, it would do the hour just fine, but occasionally it would get into warning and then never strike the half hour. I have no idea why it did that, but given the fact that it was so dirty, the levers or the gears were probably sticking, so yeah, most likely the release lever. This clock has been through quite some stuff. I remember breaking the suspension spring in the first week of having it, mainly because I was stupid and I didn't have the necessary skill to dismantle a clock movement at that time. Then the motion works got completely destroyed due to the same reason, but luckily I had spares for those, so I was able to save this clock. And yeah, sometimes even I forgot that I had this clock. It just sat in one of my cabinets for so long. And eventually, as time passed, I started losing interest in this clock. until a few days ago I finally decided that it's time for it to go, so I'm planning to sell it locally. But before doing that, I thought I'd give it the full Luca treatment, so this clock has been completely overhauled and it's now working better than ever. It's the best I've seen it going since I got it, in fact. I got it all fixed up and running in about 3 hours of work. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm probably going to miss this clock, even though I didn't care much about it while I had it. But I think it's for the better that it finds a new loving home in which it can run and tell time and not just sit and gather dust locked away from sunlight. And now I'll let you have a look at some clips which I recorded while I was working on this clock. Okay, so I've just finished cleaning the movement inside my 1974 Hermle wag-on-the-wall clock, and it is now ready for reassembly. So, yeah. Things are going great so far, so I hope it's gonna remain like this. And there it is, finally back together again and set up on test. Yeah, I now hate this thing even more than what I used to. So I've had a whole lot of problems while reassembling this and also while trying to set it up on test. I mean, the chains got all tangled up and the strike chain somehow made its way through the gears up to the fly, and I have no idea how that happened, and it's just stupid. So yeah, this is a huge piece of crap. But whatever, I'll now let you hear it. The striking train operates much more quietly than before, and it also strikes way faster. And before the overhaul, this clock didn't used to strike the half hour all the time, like sometimes it did and sometimes it didn't. But now it just strikes normally and triggers on the half hour as it should, so at least that is fixed. Now let's hope that it's gonna run. Alright, so here is a back view of the movement. Yeah, there's not much to see here. Here's my awesome custom-made suspension spring. I know, it's pretty horrible, but I mean, it's practical, it works, so I can't complain. And that is the FHS logo, Franz Hermle und Söhne. And apparently you're looking at a Hermle 261-081A. I have never heard of this serial number before. Which uses a 45 centimeter pendulum that beats 101.851 times per minute. Okay, I guess. And yeah, it has a singular striking hammer for the bell. Well, the clock's been going for about 3 days now, and I have just fitted the dial back on. I believe that it is running a little slow, like it loses about 2 minutes a day, which is understandable because the suspension spring is slightly longer than the original. So I have now adjusted the pendulum, and I'll let it run for a few more days and see if I have managed to get it right, I guess. So, yeah. And I think that's going to be it for this video. I hope that you liked this little clock that I have right here, since it's probably going to be the last time you'll be seeing it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I was Luca, and we'll see each other again some other time. Bye bye!